Joining us now is the CESC chief. The company has been awarded a 140 megawatt hydel power project, and Sanjeev Goenka, vice chairman of CESC, joins us. Sanjeev, thanks much for joining us. Take us through this new project. This is your first foray into hydel power. How are margins different in the hydel power project from what you've been doing now already?
Well, you know, hydel is very different to thermal, and this is our first project, as you rightly said. It is in Himachal, in a place called Lara Sumta. It's a 140 megawatt project. It's something that it's not a very big project because it's our first foray into hydel. But hydel margins look attractive, and we are very optimistic about this whole area.
Mr. Goenka, when will this project come on stream? And I believe it's about 6 to 7 crores per megawatt for conventional power, if you're really setting it for hydel power rather, versus about 3 to 4 crores for conventional power per megawatt. Do the economics of scale really work for you in terms of you bidding for more hydel power projects? Is this an attractive bid? And what sort of IRRs would you be generating from hydel power projects vis-a-vis your conventional thermal coal projects?
Well, the thermal power projects actually are coming in now at closer to 5 crores a megawatt, not 3 to 4 crores as was the case earlier. And this is somewhere between 6 and 7 crores. But the variable cost for hydel is almost negligible. The fixed cost is higher, the variable cost is almost negligible. So when you're looking at tariffs, it's not much different from thermal. In fact, hydel becomes a little more attractive. There are environmental challenges, there are challenges in the implementation space, but once done, hydel could actually become marginally more attractive than thermal.
Sanjeev, what's really the coal situation going forward? We have a lot of projects in the power sector lined up on expectations that the fuel supply will be there. Bankers tell us with a great sense of worry that, everybody speaks about an Indonesian power link. These are just papers floating, but there are some serious concerns about the availability of coal. Do you see this stymieing future power projects?
You know, I think fuel supply is one of the... There are two major constraints for power projects going forward, fuel and land. So those projects which have confirmed fuel linkages and land are the ones which will actually get off the ground the fastest. And that is why you would see that CESC has actually been a little conservative in announcing projects. We've only announced projects where we've got at least one of the two tied up, and hopefully the other is getting tied up shortly. But yes, in projects where neither land nor fuel has been tied up, I think there is a certain element of doubt.
Mr. Goenka, on two specific projects, your 600 megawatt Chandrapur project and also your Haldia project, do you sense you'd get financing for the latter by FY10? And when would these be functioning at optimum capacity? And if you could even share with us what sort of internal rate of returns you could be making on these, because there's some estimates of about 13 to 14%, and even higher, obviously, on an ROE basis, maybe about 19 to 20%.
You know, actually, quite honestly, the Chandrapur project has got to financial close. And for Haldia, we continue to wait for the last 40, 50 acres of land. As soon as we get that, we would get to financial close. The financing has been effectively tied up. And so I think both these projects are ready for takeoff. Chandrapur will actually get off the block the fastest. And we expect that to place orders finally in the next few weeks.
Well, a little straying away from power, but staying with CESC, we understand that your retail business is probably still requiring you to put in money. When do you see it turning at least EBITDA positive?
I think shortly. Losses are going down very fast at a company level and also at an EBITDA level. And what's actually happening is that sales per square foot have grown from about 600 rupees a square foot to 800 rupees plus a square foot. And that's a very positive sign. It's a factor of sales in the same stores growing up as well as badly performing stores shutting down. But overall, it's improved performance. And we've reduced costs by about 10 crores a month, which translates into 120 crores. And that's pretty substantive, quite honestly.
Finally, Mr. Goenka, we believe you're evaluating 3 additional power projects, possibly of the size of 1320 megawatts around Bihar, Orissa and Jharkhand. Has anything fructified on this front?
Yes, I think we've moved a bit. Vis-a-vis the Orissa project, I think it will go into the next Standing Linkage Committee for coal for the 12th plan, which should happen, I'm told, by March. And we are well positioned to get the linkage. Land is almost all acquired already. As far as Bihar is concerned, we have made applications and land acquisition is now happening. And as far as Jharkhand is concerned, we've got the coal mine. There are some issues with land, and we are considering just shifting the location marginally so that we can actually get land easier.
Can you give us some idea of what kind of CAGR you're looking at in terms of your growth, in terms of revenues, volume of power output, and of course bottom line growth, say for FY11 and FY12?
You know, Bajbaj is actually effectively going on stream now. That was a 250 megawatt power project that we had, and that will add generation by about 25%. From 1,000 megawatts to 1,250 megawatts. As far as the other generation projects are concerned, I think we're looking at about 3 years from now before they really go on stream. Chandrapur and Haldia both will go on stream only 3 years from now because they get to financial close now.
Okay.
And I think as far as Orissa and Jharkhand are concerned, you're looking at 42 months from now.
Okay, so your big leap comes in 2013.
Absolutely.
All right. Mr. Goenka, thank you very much for spending time for us.